I think, like TJ said, like it definitely looks really good. That's really important, especially if it's next gen only. That taking full advantage of these systems, make sure it's looking good and polished. Now that remains to be seen how that looks in the frame rate staying with, especially when you have open world and you got foliage and all this stuff happening, explosions and whatnot. See how the game holds up with that. But um the thing that makes me not, I'm not buying this day one for sure because I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but the thing that does have me interested in the game is it is taking more of that like bounty hunter type of like role in the game, as opposed to Star Wars is mostly lightsabers and the Force and all that. So it's kind of cool to tell a different story in the Star Wars universe.
If you need to buy certain items, you might not be able to get certain items without paying, because again, we know how Ubisoft is, especially when it comes to these kind of games. Ubisoft will be quick to say, yeah, you paid $70 for this game, and you're renting this game until I feel like we don't want to rent it to you anymore, and then you no longer have the game. So I would definitely advise anyone who's buying this game, don't buy it digitally, buy the physical version, because Ubisoft can literally just take it from your PC. They've said that they'll do that before in the past. I don't see why they wouldn't do it with this game.
They said like get used to renting your games or something. They said some outlandish.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Macky OMO. Hope you're living well. Hope you're doing right. I'm here with my good people, my good brothers and sisters. We got TJ in the house. We also got Musa. And we are nerdy by nature. You already know what time it is. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the good things you got to do in the beginning of the video so that you can enjoy the video throughout. Today, we are giving you another reaction video, so stay tuned. Keep on your shorts. Let's get into it. What are we watching today? We watching
or not.
Or don't keep on your shorts? No, please keep
pants-free stream, pants-free reaction.
No. Everybody keep your pants on. Thank you.
My pants off right now.
Okay. All right, so we're watching the Star Wars Outlaws launch trailer. This drops August 30th. So yeah, let's not even waste any more time. Let's get into it.
Kay Vess, the underworld's favorite new scoundrel. This is your one shot. A safe filled with 157 million credits. And I can get you inside.
Get in.
How about getting out? This job, it's a death wish.
Your lives are over. Your family, friends, gone. There's nowhere in the galaxy you can hide.
You want to live? Get in with the underworld's most dangerous syndicates. And pull off the greatest heist the Outer Rim has ever seen.
I'm in.
Okay. All right. So, first thoughts, anybody?
It looks really pretty. Very pretty.
I want to just really quickly give some background about this particular video game. So, Star Wars Outlaws, its developer is Massive Entertainment, publisher is Ubisoft. So, that is new, because I know EA is the one that does a lot of Star Wars.
Yeah, Respawn did Jedi, Fallen Order, and Survivor.
Yeah, so this is very interesting. This is going to be on all platforms, only next gen though, or current gen, whichever you prefer. PlayStation 5 and Series S and X, as well as Windows. So basically, this is set in the Star Wars universe between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. The story follows Kay Vess, a young scoundrel who assembles a team for a massive heist in order to pay off a crime syndicate. The game is played from a third-person perspective, with the person traversing an open-world environment and engaging in various activities. All right, so now, first impressions. My apologies.
So just we're talking about the trailer first. I think, like TJ said, like it definitely looks really good. That's really important, especially if it's next gen only. That taking full advantage of these systems, make sure it's looking good and polished. Now that remains to be seen how that looks in the frame rate staying with, especially when we have open world and you got foliage and all this stuff happening, explosions and whatnot. See how the game holds up with that. But the thing that makes me I'm not buying this day one for sure, because I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but the thing that does have me interested in the game is it is taking more of that like bounty hunter type of like role in the game, as opposed to Star Wars is mostly lightsabers and the Force and all that. So it's kind of cool to tell a different story in the Star Wars universe. And some of that, like they were mentioning, or that you mentioned, is similar to like in Starfield, where it's like there's different syndicates and like you could do work. I'm interested to know if you can do work for different syndicates or different branches of other evil people or whatever you want to call anti-hero type of groups and stuff like that. And you can what do you call it, like I don't call it betray, but like you might do something like a little shicey on the side or work with multiple people and not just be married to one type of syndicate and stuff like that. But it looks cool. I know there's supposed to be like stealth elements and things like that. I like games where the stealth is optional. Like you can do a little bit of stealth and then knock out a few people to make it easier to go through guns blazing if you want to. So yeah, definitely looks good. I'm gonna try it out at some point. I wish it was on EA, because that would mean it would be coming to Game Pass at some point, maybe within the year or so. But either way,
it's gonna
Did you
probably
say it
go
was-
to Ubisoft's. They have their version of Game Pass or whatever. Sorry, TJ, what was you about to say?
I was gonna say, you said it was set between what two game storylines?
Yeah, no
Because
problem.
I'm curious to know like what like you said,
Empire
what the
Strikes
story-
Back and Return of the Jedi.
Return
I
of
don't
the-
know which movies those are. I didn't see any.
Those are 5 and 6.
Mm.
So those are the ones that came out in like the late
80s
70s
and so
early 80s.
70s.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which
That's good
those
too.
are 3
And-
good movies, so it's not too terrible of a time period.
They've been relying too much on the like current, or not the current, but what's it, the episodes like 1, 2, and 3, like somewhere in between there. I heard most of the games be taking place between then. So
I mean, a lot of shit happened during that time period, and it's not the games, it's the shows. Like 1, 2, and 3, Clone Wars happened during that time, Rebels. Those are just some shows that came out on Disney Plus or Disney has dropped. But yeah, I mean, as far as the game, I agree with you guys. I think it looks beautiful, better had, because it is on next gen. It to me, this is like a Star Wars meets GTA. It looks like you can do different. Hopefully, you can do different heists while you're going through the main story, and it allows you to be able to, get credibility with different organizations within the game. maybe I'm thinking too technical in it. This game was nominated for like most anticipated game last year. During, you know, the award season for gaming. It's just, you know, I guess we just have to wait and see. This is only a launch trailer, so I don't think they have dropped a gameplay trailer at this point.
I was gonna
but
say I'm curious to know about that.
yeah, I want to see. So I can give you some of the combat again, because she's not a Jedi, so she's not going to be using the Force. She's not going to be using a lightsaber. She's mostly uses a blaster, and she has a firing mode that includes electromagnetic pulse. She can utilize environmental objects such as explosive barrels to her advantage. She has an adrenaline ability which charges during combat and triggers a slow timing effect, allowing for rapid series of shots at marked targets. She can also use stealth mode, like Musa said, to sneak past or neutralize enemies. And one of the things that come in her arsenal is a grappling hook and electronic hacking device. So it's mostly hand-to-hand combat and, you know, shooting at motherfuckers, which is cool.
Yeah.
I like that motorcycle thing too. I don't know if that. Sorry,
the speeder
Wars,
bike.
I don't know. Okay, see, that's why we need you. I don't know what any of them, bro. I know lightsaber. I know the Force.
And what's the name of her little pet? I feel like you're gonna be using him for like purposes as well.
He's an actual creature. I forgot the name.
I know.
Of him.
I thought that too.
They're like a Soxathol, something like that.
Yeah, something.
I'm saying it
It's
wrong.
Nix,
I already know.
I believe, or Kicks, or some.
It's
flicks.
definitely an X in there.
The Nix is the name of the creature, but that creature is a real animal. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, you can. So it says here in Outlaws, the players encounter 4 factions: the Ashagai clan, Crimson Dawn, the Hutt cartel, and Pike Syndicate. The players' decisions and actions throughout the game directly impact K's reputation with each. So I was right. You can have associations with different cartels, different syndicates, and how you act to those syndicates will determine your reputation with each. A high faction reputation grants access to locations, assignments, and discounts in faction shops. On the flip side, a low reputation with some of those factions dispatching missionaries to pursue K. So if you're cool with them, they let you buy stuff for a 30% discount, and they'll give you assignments and stuff like that. If you're not cool with them, they on your ass.
They're going to tax you.
Yeah,
charge you double.
So that's actually dope. Like, I think that's
Yeah,
that should actually be a fun.
It affects how you move.
Yeah.
They Speaking of the, what was it called, the Hutt cartel? That's like Jabba the Hutt.
Yes.
So this was some controversy. I didn't look all the way into it, but it has something to do with like people don't like Ubisoft's like locking stuff behind paywalls and stuff like that. Like one of the Assassin's Creeds, I think it was Odyssey, if I'm not mistaken. I don't play that franchise, but you could like pay to play basically as far as like upgrading. And if you didn't pay, it was like you had to grind like for a while to get to like a certain part of the game or something like that. So with this game, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, there's like a Jabba the Hutt, like not expansion, but like part of the game or something where you interact with him or go to his lair or something. But I believe you had to pay, like you had to buy like the $100 version or whatever. And I thought about that because at the end of the trailer, it talked about the early access. And a lot of people were saying like early access is kind of like BS nowadays. Like they let you play 3 days early, but you paying $30. It's like the game's done. They just,
Right.
you know what I mean?
They
like,
just want this extra money real quick.
Yeah, like the game could come out on August 27th, but they're deciding not to and then charging you extra.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to, I would assume that you wouldn't have to. Again, I could look up to see if I could find more information on that. But from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like you'll have to pay to interact with the cartel, because I think that's just a part of the game. Now, that does not mean that if you need to buy certain items, you might not be able to get certain items without paying, because again, we know how Ubisoft is, especially when it comes to these kind of games. Ubisoft will be quick to say, yeah, you paid $70 for this game, and you're renting this game until I feel like we don't want to rent it to you anymore, and then you no longer have the game. So I would definitely advise anyone who's buying this game, don't buy it digitally, buy the physical version. Because Ubisoft can literally just take it from your PC. They've said that they'll do that before in the past. I don't see why they wouldn't do it with this game.
They said like get used to renting your games or something. They said some outlandish,
yeah, some crazy shit like that. But yeah, I mean, I for one am excited to see where this kind of goes and how this looks. I'm excited to see some gameplay. I'm excited to see the different type of people who may get a chance to stream it. I may stream it. Just depends on, I got mad stuff in the backlog right now, so it may be a little while, but I'm definitely excited to see what's going on with this game. I'll just leave it at that. Does anyone else have any final thoughts? No? Okay.
Oh, that's pretty much it. I was looking up Massive to see what else they've done. They did The Division. I never played that Tom Clancy game. I played Rainbow Six Siege. That was about it.
Oh, I've seen.
They did Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. I heard that game was.
That game is also really pretty.
They Just Dance Now on the phone, 2014.
Okay, so they don't have their hands in too many pots. So hopefully,
Yeah, I think they'll do their thing with this.
I've never played any of the Tom Clancy games, so I wouldn't know how they look. But these look like third-person shooters, which is what I kind of like.
But they're big on. I don't know if the Rainbow Six or the Division, all that's big on stealth. I know like Splinter Cell and all that's big on stealth. So maybe they got some people over there with that expertise that could make sure they do it good in this game too. So. Have to see. I mean, review embargo is probably up sometime next week. So see how it gets reviewed. Guessing maybe an 82.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right, so that'll be all from us. Again, you can follow the person at the end of the video. They're going to tell you exactly what to do. We appreciate you guys coming out, rocking with us for this quick review. Y'all be safe, be blessed, be well, and make sure you tip your waiters. Peace.
What's going on, people? It's your boy mackyomo. And you made it to the end of this video. We appreciate and love every single one of you nerds that have come, watched, and now you have conquered, okay? If you want to follow us, you can subscribe to the YouTube at Nerdy by Nature TV. That's Nerdy by Nature TV. You can also listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's Nerdy by Nature Podcast, the Nerdy by Nature Podcast. And guess what? We're also on social media. You can follow us anywhere. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Nerdy by Nature TV. That's at Nerdy by Nature TV. And if you don't follow us, why I oughta. I'll see you there. Peace.